Welcome to my live video this evening. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. And if you are catching a replay, welcome to the replay gang. Thank you. My name is Chidozie Eze. I'm an author, teens coach, and founder of Teen Success Academy. Today is my birthday. So it's been an amazing day, all day, all day today. I've been out and about trying to catch up with a number of stuff. But then I just jumped back into the office and I've had a lot of gifts in the office that I'm trying to identify from where. Give me some of those things and let me see. So I got this. So we're going to be unboxing gifts this evening. I honestly don't know. So hopefully by the time I get to open them, I will find out where they are coming from. A few more and let me see. Yeah, thank you. So I got this. I don't know which group or where they are coming from. Like I said, I am just getting back into my seat this evening, and I just want to say thank you very much. So I also got very big boxes, and I trust that there are big things inside of it. Just one more, and let me just say this one has my name on it and properly sealed. I think I can guess where this is coming from. Coach Z. Thank you very much, you guys, for sending all of these. And so, speaking about gifts this evening, I want to talk to you about the gift of boredom. The Gift of Boredom. And by the way, today we're also doing the flash sale for the launch of my 3-in-1 book bundle. And the first book in that bundle is titled The Gift of Boredom. The second book in the bundle is The Teenagers of the Bible, Volume 2. So this is Teenagers of the Bible, Volume 1. And I'm doing Teenagers of the Bible, Volume 2. That's also what part of the bundles that we are launching the flash sale today. The third book is um what's the title of that book again? Overcoming smartphone addiction. So we're doing those three books, 3-in-1 bundle for a giveaway price, and it's at a 40% discount. All of the details I will share with you in the course of our conversation. Very brief conversation I wanted to share with you on how to use unstructured time, downtime for teenagers, and how that phenomenon or that thing that every young person wants to run away from. What comes to your mind when, as an adult, you listening to me? Let me see my comment section. I can see a few persons have joined me. If you are here, please drop a comment, tell me, and let me know that you are watching, and let me know where you are watching from. Okay. So I was asking, what comes to your mind when you hear the word boredom? What comes to your mind? What thought crosses your mind when you hear the word boredom? I think that for most persons, it has to do with some sort of waste of time, uncertainty, and so many negative words or negative impressions that we give, and young people have come to attach with the word boredom. And so they tell you, I'm bored, I don't like bored places, I don't like that class is boring, or that space, that environment, that event is boring, and things like that, or that activity is boring. It's usually always an activity that they consider as boring, and so they would not want to do anything with it, or they run away from those activities that they consider to be boring. But in my book, The Gift of Boredom, I attempt to reframe that conversation and start thinking about boredom differently. Okay, so instead of going with the flow that we are often told that boredom is something to avoid, on the other hand, I believe that boredom is a gift that every young person needs to be taught how to unwrap, a gift that every young person needs to be taught how to unbox. Instead of considering boredom as a waste of time, you can reframe that and encourage creativity in that time, encourage self discovery, and build resilience. using that downtime, using unstructured time. If you have worked with me as a parent or families that I've worked with, one of the things I usually would advise against is scheduling the time of young people, what I call overscheduling. It is possible to overschedule the calendar of a young person. Even as an adult, it is possible to overschedule your time. But in proper scheduling, it is right for you to create spaces, make room for downtime. Make room for downtime, because it is in those downtimes that you can tap into your inward culture. The way I like to describe it is, it's in those downtimes that you can tap into self-reflection and the power of self-reflection. It is in those downtimes that some of your most powerful thoughts come to you. Psychologists tell us that about 50 to 70,000 thoughts cross the mind of every person in an average day. Question is, how many of those thoughts can you recall? I doubt that you can recall 10. I seriously doubt that you can recall 10 of those thoughts out of a whooping 50,000, maybe 60, 70,000 thoughts in the whole day. The reason is because we are always in the midst of activity. There is always something going on. There's something to do. There's a phone call to answer. There's a chat to respond to. There is a notification from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Okay, you got a notification to be on this link. So there's always something happening on your time, so that if you do not intentionally create downtime or empower a young person to learn how to use downtime, they will grow up disjointed or stunted, if you like. So, but the conversation I want to bring to you tonight is about how boredom can build character, how downtime can build character, how to use the downtime of a young person to build character. By the way, we are 12 hours to the end of the flash sale of those three books. Okay. The actual price for the three books is 15,000 naira for all three of them. The pre-order price from tomorrow is 12,000 naira. But for today, between now and 12 midnight, you can get those three books for 9,000 naira. And the link is scrolling on your screen right now. Find that link, use it to join the wait list, the flash sale wait list, where you can get all the details you need to capture that book today, while I get into the rest of the conversation. So, how does unstructured time help your teenager to build character? When we are bored, usually what happens is that we are pushed to seek purpose, to seek some kind of meaning in external activities. For young people, most times, those activities are entertainment. Okay. But we can use the same time to find, like I said, purpose and meaning, and to build resilience and problem solving skills. Key character building traits that you can attach to the concept of boredom and downtime and unstructured time is number one, patience. Patience. Have you noticed that a lot of young persons do not know how to wait in line? Well, is it just a lot of young persons? I think we have a very bad culture of patience around this climb. The reason why so many persons have a problem with patience is because we have not been trained to wait. We have not been trained to wait. Boredom forces a young person to wait, which is especially an important skill for children, for teenagers. In today's world of instant gratification, I'm always against the idea of entertainment on the fingertips of young people, on the fingertips of all of us. If you do not know how to control yourself in against entertainment, you are going to live a very, very, very distracted life, because there's always a notification. Have you noticed that every app that you install on your phone seeks for permission to send you notifications? Every single app you install on your phone wants you to grant permission to for them to send you notifications. And so How many apps do you have on your phone? And how many notifications do you get on a daily basis? How many times does your phone buzz? That's besides calls, besides WhatsApp messages and all the WhatsApp groups that you belong to. That world of instant gratification is harming the brain and the mental state of young people to a point where they can no longer wait for things. So we want things to happen sharp, sharp. We want things to happen without process. So hardly does a young person understand the concept of process. That is one character that boredom and unstructured time can help your teenager to build. That is one character that boredom and unstructured time can help your teenager to build. The character of patience, learning to wait, learning to stay still, learning to be quiet. That's why we can't sit in meetings. Attention span in today's world, the research is saying that the average attention span today is about 8 seconds. So I've spoken for about 11 minutes. I'm wondering how many persons have stayed enough to listen to what I'm saying. The attention span of an average person today is 8 seconds. I can tell you why it is 8 seconds. Because most of what you have watched today is a reel on Instagram that lasted 60 seconds, is a YouTube short that lasted 90 seconds, or a TikTok video that lasted 60 seconds. All of that programming is harming our young people. And so they no longer want to sit in a class to learn how to solve a mathematics problem for 40 minutes, for 1 hour. They're no longer able to sit in a laboratory to run an experiment that's going to last for 2 hours. They're no longer able to sit down and read one chapter of a book that requires you to pay attention for at least 20 minutes to be able to read a chapter of a book. Patience is a virtue that is fast disappearing in today's young people because we have not taught them how to practice the gift or the skill or the character of patience. And that's one of the things I hope to achieve with the book, The Gift of Boredom. The second character trait that you can help your young people begin to build with the concept of boredom is the character of self reflection, the character of introspection, the character of self discovery, the ability to connect with your personal identity. When there are no distractions in the life of your teenager, when there are no side tractions, side attractions, or whatever they are distractions, anyways, when those things are not there, we turn inside. There's the proverbial counting of the ceiling experience that we used to dread, lying down and counting the ceilings. Those moments, going to the shower and taking a shower for 15, 20 minutes, sitting in a bathtub, those moments are usually moments of self reflection. Those moments are moments when you think. Those moments are moments when you process. Those moments are moments when you plan. If your teenager cannot sit down at the end of the day for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes to plan out their day for tomorrow, they're already in trouble. That's why they have a life that is here and there, out and about. But without distraction, a young person can learn to turn inwards, learn to practice reflection. And that reflection process strengthens their identity and self awareness. I'm always hammering on this concept of identity because the level of identity crisis that we have seen in today's world, the level of identity crisis that we have seen is a problem. If you have not taken notice of it, it is a problem. Identity crisis is a big issue for young people and for adults alike. So you don't know where you stand on issues. You don't know how to make choices based on your values. Your choice and decision-making process is informed by whatever is trending on social media. But if your teenager learns to practice self-reflection, learns to stay quiet, aka learns to be bored, learns to manage unstructured time, learns to manage downtime, then they can learn self-reflection and blossom in it. Character trait number 3 is resourcefulness. When you lack things to do, you realize that you can be very ingenious. When there is nothing else to do, you realize that you have so much capacity. When all the help that you are used to is no longer accessible to you, then you realize that you are very creative. Out of boredom, young people often find themselves discovering new interests and new hobbies, new things, passions, and things that they like to do. Part of the things I try to do in the book, The Gift of Boredom, is to create exercises. So there's a workbook. There are actually two or three workbooks attached to that book that we are giving away for free to everyone who joins the flash sale today. After today, each of those workbooks go for 2,000 naira each. Okay. But we're giving it away to everybody that's participating in the flash sale today. Those workbooks are designed to help your teenager practice what they learn in the book. Not only are they getting the workbooks, I'm also hosting a 30-day creativity challenge in the month of December. So December 1 to December 30th, every day in that month, I'm going to be showing up to share with young people who have gotten access to our flash sale today, or those who will buy the bundle from tomorrow when we are uh, officially starting the pre-order. The pre-order is going to last for 2 weeks, and by the 18th of November, the books will be out and on the shelves and in the hands of people who have taken advantage of all the offers that we are discussing. But my point is, I have designed in those books activities, and for 1 month, I'm going to be coaching teenagers on how to use those activities to tap into their hobbies, their interests, and their resourcefulness. Essentially, how to use practice self-reflection, which is the second thing that I mentioned, and then how to learn resourcefulness, learn creativity. So every day different exercises, different activities. There is the boredom journals that we are also creating. The boredom journals is about journaling your thoughts at those quiet times, those downtime moments, those unstructured seasons of your day. So you learn how to journal your thoughts, what you thought about. Like I said, 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts in a day. How many can you remember? I dare you, if you can remember 10. Okay. But when you have resources and tools like the one we are creating and the one we are putting out today in the flash sale, you will be able, your teenager will be able to learn how to practice all of this. Because it's one thing to hear it, it's another thing to be guided, to be coached into the experience on how to use these tools and resources to better your life. And that's what we are doing. December 1 to December 30th is 30-day creativity challenge for every teenager who gets the 3-in-1 book bundle. And so, like I said, the links are scrolling on your screen. You can quickly take a screenshot, get into that place, or I think in the comment section, um, Joshua, if you're watching this, please help me put the link in the comment section on YouTube and on Facebook so that anybody that wants to get into the flash sale, we have about 5 hours, 30 minutes to run that flash sale, and by 12 midnight the offer is out. The pre-order will continue from tomorrow, so you can also still get into the offers, but at a different price from tomorrow. The other character trait is creativity. I've talked about it throughout the length of this video. Creativity thrives when there is unstructured time. Creativity thrives when there is unstructured time. If you can help me write that down, post it somewhere, tweet it somewhere. Creativity thrives when there is unstructured time. When all of your time is structured, usually what you are doing is already pre-programmed. So you know that when you wake up in the morning, you need to brush your teeth. You know that when you go to class, your first class is agric science, or your first class is mathematics or languages or any other thing. But when you have unstructured time, that's when your creativity can kick in. That's when you can have the freedom to do actually what comes to you to do, not what the structure has set for you to do. So the purpose of this conversation is to show us that it is necessary, in fact, it is a need for young people, that as you help young people structure their time, you must intentionally leave a certain part of that calendar or that day or whatever it is that you're structuring. You must intentionally leave that part of that day unstructured. But what we have today is where children go to school by 7 a.m., they're in school until 2. After 2, they start lesson by 2:30. The lesson goes from 2:30 to 4. After 4 o'clock, because the parent is still in the office, where the office has refused to close by 4, you now look for one other thing to give the child to do by 4:30. From 5, the child is now busy till 7. And so for 12 hours in a day, your child is busy. When they come back from school, they now go to sleep. They wake up the same morning and run the same cycle. You wonder why, after 6 years of school, what you have succeeded in raising is a zombie. But if you learn, or if you help your teenager learn how to use unstructured time, if you help your teenager learn how to use time that is not allotted in the timetable, they can maximize their ability for self-reflection, they can maximize their creativity, they can maximize their resourcefulness. So essentially, that's what a greater part of the book, The Gift of Boredom, is designed to help your teenager achieve. And so I'm going to share in the next 5 minutes a few tips for helping your teenager create a healthy boredom time, or a healthy downtime, a healthy unstructured time. How to foster, how to create healthy boredom, especially for teenagers. And preteens, kids will benefit from this as well. Number one, cut down screen time. I cannot overemphasize cut down screen time. Set aside specific times of the day where there are no screens. In the book, The Gift of Boredom, I dedicated an entire chapter talking about digital detoxification. The idea that there is a level that your teenager might have been so soaked in media and gadgets and video games that they will need to actually take a digital fast. Well, I didn't use the word digital fast because I'm writing to teenagers, all right? But they will need to take a digital fast. That's the truth. They will need to do digital detoxification. That is to set aside time in the day, week, where there are no screens, any kinds of screens, phone screens, video games, TV, anything, computer, laptop screens. Take away the screen. If you are going to learn how to have healthy boredom, take away the screen. There is a lot of research. I think I shared some of them for the young people, the one that they can relate with in that book, of how screen is affecting the mental health of your young people. All this talk about mental health. Take away screens and let's see whether your child actually has a mental health problem. Number two, I have said intentionally create unstructured time. Intentionally. Allow teenagers free time without planned activity. It's not every time that you must have something you plan to do. You go to church in the morning, you come back, you have evening service. After evening service, you have night vigil. After night vigil, you have prayer meeting this morning. Then you have early morning cry. Then from there, you go to school. From school, you learn maths. From maths, you come out, you go for class lesson. From class lesson, you go for no. Create unstructured time where your teenager is encouraged to explore their interests. And I said their interest, not your interest as a parent. Allow your teenager to explore their interest. Number three, encourage independence. Independence in play, independence in self reflection, independence in self discovery. Encourage that independence, provide guidance. This is where mentorship comes into the equation, but I'm not talking about mentorship today. Encourage independent play, independent self reflection. Introduce tools like journaling, which is part of the bundle that we're sharing today. Tools like journaling, tools like drawing, arts, painting, nature exploration. All of these will help your young people, help your children to navigate boredom. Number four, you have to set challenges for your teenagers. You have to set challenges for your teenagers. Yes, very true. Very true. Thank you very much, Auntie Ada. Screen is affecting the mental health of young people everywhere. Everywhere. Hi, Abibo. Thank you very much for joining me. I see you guys. Thank you, Uncle Joshua. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Screen is affecting the mental health of your young people. Number four, set small challenges. Set small challenges. I think I was discussing this earlier. Was it over the weekend? I shared a bit of it on Facebook on how to use responsibility. It was even yesterday, on how to use responsibility to train your child with responsibility. Train your child by giving them responsibility, giving them ownership for the task in their life. So you limit the number of arguments and the amount of arguments and disagreements you have with your teenager. Encourage them to come up with solutions when they are bored. So don't always intervene when, especially if you're raising younger children. If you're raising younger children and the child is bored, usually what parents will do is they go and find one singing toy and give the child that the child starts, singing to the toy or listening to the toy. The idea is to distract the child. But you do not realize that in that moment, that child actually needs that experience of doing nothing. Have you noticed that as an adult now, you struggle with doing nothing? You struggle with rest. When they say rest, zokwanike, rest, you struggle. You struggle with resting. The reason why you struggle with resting is because somewhere at the back of your mind, you have this idea that every time must be occupied with an activity. Every time must be occupied with an activity. And that in itself is a problem. Allow your teenagers to come up with solutions for their boredom time, for their downtime. Let them invent something, invent a game, build something with what they have. Let them be creative. Let them go and play outside. Let them think. Let them write. You probably have an author in your house. He has never learned to put his pen to paper and write something. Encourage them to come up with solutions on how to effectively use their downtime. And if you do that, usually it's going to seem like it is simple, it is unproductive, the results are not immediate, but believe me, what I'm sharing with you are powerful tools for developing independence in young people, for developing resilience, and for developing creativity in your young person. So next time when you have a teenager or a child, a young person that tells you I'm bored, try not to jump in. Try not to jump in. Don't bring an activity, don't bring a solution. Encourage them to explore, encourage them to be creative, and encourage them to reflect in themselves. Encourage them to reflect in themselves. That's my conversation for you today. If you have a question, maybe you can share it and then we can have a conversation. But if not, go and sign up for the 3-in-1 book bundle. We have, yes, 5 hours, 30 minutes, 5 hours, 27 minutes to the end of the flash sale. The flash sale goes away at exactly 11:59 p.m. By 12 midnight, the flash sale is off and pre-order price kicks in. So you can still take advantage of it. The link is on the screen, showing on the screen, and I think the link is in the comment section. Click on the link, join the wait list. You will get all the details. If you want to pay with our seller links, the seller links are available. If you want to pay with bank transfers, there are options for bank transfers, and then you can into the jump into the arc, jump into the offer. All right. And I'll see you inside if you take advantage of that. Thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you for all the happy birthday wishes and for the gifts that I have received today, the calls that I've not been able to take. Some I have taken, the messages that I've not read and responded to, the well wishes. Thank you for all the gifts. But go get your child the gift of boredom. That is my gift to you on my birthday. And I'll see you again on the next video. Thank you very much. Have yourself an amazing week. God bless you.